Hello and welcome to my new subscribers. If you've been subscribed, welcome back and thank you for your continued support. And if this is your first time visiting my channel, thanks for clicking on the video. Talking about the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Okay, so first of all, Cynthia, we see her. She's settling into her new lake house. The place is lovely. Congratulations to her. She throws a little bit of shade about being the one in the group that actually owns a home now, while other people are still waiting for construction and, certificates of occupancy and whatnot. So she throws a little bit of shade, but her house is lovely. We see her going to a plastic surgeon, Dr. Curves, in case you missed it, to, see about getting her breasts augmented. She wants to get them raised back up to sea level, now that she's about to be 50 years old. And what I thought was weird was that the entire cast went along for this appointment. So we had all these women in this room, in the doctor's office, watching her get examined for this possible breast augmentation. All I can conclude from that weird-ass scene was that Dr. Curves paid for some Real Housewives time, and that required them all to be present for this appointment. I don't know, tell me if I'm wrong. Is it normal for a woman to invite all the homegirls along for such an appointment? I would not do such a thing. I can barely handle the stress of my mama being in the appointments with me when she has to go with me. So yes, odd. All I can assume was we just saw like a Dr. Curves infomercial. So if ever you're in Atlanta, go see Dr. Curves. So that was pretty much it for her. Also kind of with Cynthia, we see Noelle. She goes and she goes on a little like yoga date with Peter, and they haven't seen each other in a while, I guess, for several months, so they're catching up. And she shares with him that she kind of feels like she got screwed in the whole divorce process. Nobody really talked to her about it. Everybody just kind of assumed that she was just gonna fall where she was going to fall and she's going to be fine, probably because she's older. They thought, it didn't really faze her, but she expressed to Peter that she felt very hurt and very left out of the process, that nobody processed the divorce with her. Nobody checked in with her to see how she was doing, even if they might have, and, teenagers' perceptions are a little different. Maybe they didn't do it to the extent that she needed. So she was letting Peter know that she still kind of basically wants him around in her life. She's known him for, several years as her stepfather. He has a role in her life, so she was just, expressing her frustrations with the situation around the divorce and all that stuff. So that was pretty much it for them. But it was good for her to, articulate those things. I think for kids that are going through similar things, they might not know how to express themselves about it. Then we have Sheree. So we see her with an interior decorator, looking at furniture, samples and whatnot, and swatches and shit for her home. And, she's talking about how she needs this person to help her decorate her home because, once you get past a certain age, you just cannot have your house furnished by IKEA. Look, lady, okay? We know that you have this grandiose home and we're very happy for you, but a lot of your viewers, I bet they own their homes and I bet they have IKEA furniture. Next. So aside from that, we see her, spreading gossip, not spreading gossip, but, doing what Sheree does as far as bringing some drama to the show. So we see her basically relaying the conversation that happened between Candy and Phaedra on the last episode. We see her, spreading this information around the group as, we would expect her to do. So that was pretty much what we saw of Sheree. And Portia, we see Portia hanging out with Shemaya. You might remember her from last season. They go to this class, and it is for... You get this egg thing that apparently goes into your vagina, and you're supposed to do Kegels, I guess, with it or whatever. It's supposed to make everything tight and right again. So they're doing that, and I googled it for all those that you might be interested. I looked it up on Amazon. It costs $89.99 for a set of 3 eggs. There you go. Yeah. I'm fine, I'll pass. So, aside from that outing, we see Portia. She has a little sit down with Candy on behalf of Phaedra, just to express her distaste, her unhappiness with Candy, telling Phaedra's business on television and to other people, all this stuff. So they have it out, and they have their little back and forth. So moving into Candy, we see her, aside from this outing with Portia, she's rehashing the incident with Phaedra in a couple of other settings, including with her mother. I've just decided that Mama Joyce is just she's like Candy's henchman. That's pretty much all she is. Everything that Candy wants to say, but she doesn't want to get in confrontations. She's going to let her mama do it in her interviews and in the things that she does, and going to see that lawyer and all this shit. Mama Joyce is Candy's henchman. That's it. That's all. Aside from that, Yes. So, oh yes, let me finish this damn fight because it was like the highlight of the episode. Blah, blah, blah. So yes, during the sit down between Portia and Candy, Candy starts telling more stuff about Phaedra, I do believe. And then before that, yes, Phaedra did it too. Phaedra did it too. I take it back. She was starting to tell stuff about Candy's business. So everybody's just telling everybody's damn business. When they're telling each other like secrets like this, it makes me feel like they were never sincere friends to begin with. I have never had a friendship end at such an extreme in such an extreme way. I've had a couple of sketchy bitches come through my life, but to this extreme, except for that one. Like I said in another video, there was one. I did tell a little bit of her business, but I only told it to a couple people that I knew never were going to see her again or work with her again, so that kind of doesn't count. This was a little bit different. But the way that they're spilling each other's shit so easily now that they have, gone their separate ways in life, very concerning to me, and it just makes me feel like they were never really friends to begin with. Also with that, Candy was talking about how people see Phaedra as being all innocent and wholesome. No, we don't. No, we don't. We've been seeing through her bullshit since day one. So, don't think people don't see. We can see that shit. What did she say? She was like 3 months pregnant when she was like 6 months pregnant. Come on. Since day one, we see the shit. Other than that, it was Riley's 14th birthday, so we see her, Candy, she goes and she buys her some diamond earrings, and then they have a little scene where they're giving Riley her birthday cake, and Riley just very awkwardly shares that her father has called her to tell her happy birthday, and kind of implies he wants to see her and stuff, and she's just kind of like, yeah, he called me. He's just a birther. He's not really my dad. And you can just tell this little girl is so uncomfortable with filming and having to regurgitate this shit for the camera. She just looks just uncomfortable and annoyed to be there. But pretty little girl. Then lastly, Phaedra. Yeah, just telling people secrets. Apparently, talking about what was it that she dished on Candy? That Candy and Todd, apparently they have threesomes with Shamea, whatever the girl's name is, on a regular basis, and basically that they're swingers or polyamorous, whatever. I don't care. I don't care who Candy fucks. I don't care who Phaedra fucks. I don't care who nobody fucks behind closed doors. They're consenting adults, so they can do what they want. I don't care. But telling people's business, in such a way, like I said before, just leads me to believe they were never really genuine friends at any point to begin with. I just don't see it, because I've had, yeah. When, some shit you just take to the grave, and this is the kind of shit you take to the grave. Portia was playing dumb, pretend like she didn't know what Kenny was talking about. That's probably what you should do. Let it go. But let me know what you thought of the episode, and I will see you next time. Bye.